说到美国的大型片场，很多人立刻联想到好莱坞。然而，现在在美国的东岸有另外一个非常特别的片场，位置就在纽约的布鲁克林。这是由废弃的海军造船厂来改造。光是去年就有40部片在这里开拍，不但创造了工作的机会，这周遭的房价也因此涨了10倍，而且以后还可能成为纽约的观光胜地之一。
The madness of Manhattan, just a bridge away. Brooklyn's historic Navy Yard is home to one of the largest studios outside of Hollywood.
Take 2, a marker, and action.
This is the set of crime series Power, one of over 40 productions shot at Steiner Studios in the last year.
They're completely soundproof. 27,000 square feet, the largest on the East Coast.
Doug Steiner opened the studio just over a decade ago.
It was really awful looking, and wild dogs, literally wild dogs, roaming the streets here. I liked the industrial landscape a lot. To me, Brooklyn was just a great opportunity waiting to happen because of its proximity to Manhattan.
At its peak during World War II, the Navy Yard employed some 70,000 people. But in the 1960s, the 1.2 square kilometer site fell into steep decline after the Navy moved out. Today, the yard is a different place. A nonprofit corporation has been regenerating the yard with the aim of creating employment since the turn of the century. This former warehouse represents the corporation's biggest project to date. More than 90,000 square meters of space, 3,000 projected new jobs.
I think that our influence in Brooklyn in general has been quite substantial. We were the first entity that started investing very substantially back into these old buildings on the Brooklyn waterfront, and to some extent proved a concept that manufacturing and industrial and creative companies would want to take root in Brooklyn.
And that has helped attract a new workforce. Steiner says housing prices within a half kilometer have risen up to 10 times. Some 1,500 people work at the studio, which is set on a path of rapid expansion. It is benefiting from the explosion in demand for high-quality content across mobile devices. And Steiner sees it as part of a wider trend.
Old media has always been based in New York City and continues to be based in New York City. Film and television has been anchored in LA, and high tech has been in Northern California. And I think right now we're seeing everything coming together in New York.
This is the next part of the yard he intends to develop.
Incredibly beautiful spaces. There are high ceilings.
He says his former